Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest in the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I am in Los Angeles, California, and I'm at the HealthSpan Summit 2025 put on by Elias and his team. Oh my gosh, so many people here. Been a blast. They're having panels, speakers, anything you can think of longevity. It is here. And my next guest, Dr. Jeff Gross. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, so what brought you out to the conference today?
Well, I'm in the regenerative medicine space. I'm a recovering neurosurgeon, used to do a lot of spine surgery, but in trying not to do surgery for people, unless they absolutely have to have it, I tap back into the beauty and magic of a natural treatment, which is through stem cells and their signaling partners called exosomes. And we do a lot of joint and spine and IV wellness and things like that.
Now, I'm always curious, was this, whether you're going way back in time or was it current, when did you want to add this type of component to your practice?
Well, I have an undergraduate background in this, but then you get whisked off to med school.
Yeah.
You don't get to have that enjoyment that you had. So there was that nerd side of me that always had it in the back of my mind. But, you hear more about it over the decades, and patients started saying, hey, I don't want surgery. And I say, great, because I really didn't want to offer it to you unless we had to. And they'd say, hey, well, what about stem cells? And you know what? I'm tired of going to those old spine surgery meetings and neurosurgery meetings. Let me start going to the stem cell meetings. So I started re-educating, retraining, and boom, this is all I do now.
Wow. How did that transition take place for you? Was there like an aha moment?
Yeah.
Was it like gradual? Like, take me back.
Yeah, I mean, I went to one of these stem cell conferences, and so much had changed in the few decades since undergraduate school. And I saw so much that was being done in Europe and in Asia. And
what? Like, what were some of
the stem cell approaches for cartilage regeneration and joint repair, saving people from needing a joint replacement or spine.
So things that maybe way back when you were in school, you're thinking of like, it was kind of fringe. It's like now it's actually happening, and it's happening often.
Yeah, it's been happening for decades in Europe and in Asia. We're just late. We're just late to it.
And so as you were, so to continue on the story, so you're going to these conferences, you're going to these talks, and you're like, and obviously the message is seeping into you. Like, what happens next?
There's so much science that I hadn't tapped back into, and I said, okay, I want to add this as a tool. So what's the best thing I can use? What's the best way to apply it? What are all the best practices? And I put those together. So I'm going to plant my flag and start doing this as part of what I offer. And in short order, it became all I do because there's a need for it. And people don't want to have surgery unless they have to. So we're trying to give them an option, an alternative. So that during this early re-education, it just snapped.
How does the medical community overall, like, I'm always curious when somebody goes and does something slightly different, like, people know what you're doing, but like, how does that sit? Like, how are you received with that?
It's mixed. It's tough. There's a lot of Kool-Aid being consumed in the sick care system.
Tricky, isn't it?
And some colleagues are like, oh, tell me about that. It's very interesting. And some colleagues are like, oh, you're off the script. You're not following the cookbook. Like, you're right.
It can be, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it can be polarizing, would you say?
I think it is polarizing.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So we try to make these new things available to people. I think in one way we protect patients is to give them options and alternatives that are less invasive and have fewer side effects than drugs and surgeries.
Yeah. I'm a fan because what happens, what I think happens is there's individuals like yourself who are highly educated in a very, very highly specialized field, and it almost gives people permission to be able to explore when they can say, if Jeff has decided to spend his time on this, I'm not as smart as Jeff. I'm saying that in this field, I don't know. So I don't know about this stuff, but if you're dedicating your life and your practice to this, there's something to it.
Yeah, listen, the surgeries I'm trying not to do, 50 years ago, someone had to try that first, right? Someone was pushing the envelope. So hopefully we're seen as people pushing the envelope for the benefit of our patients.
So talk about your company, so ReCELLebrate.
Right. So we're celebrating the renewal of your cells, and ReCELLebrate is our clinic, but we also have some growing products in the exosome space. We have a nutraceutical based on plant-derived exosomes from curated organic Italian fruits that are known to have anti-aging properties. We have preclinical studies showing improvement in the age-related cell markers like sirtuin-1 genes and lowering the reactive oxygen species, which is cellular stress. And we're working on a clinical study currently. We're working on a skin product, but really what we do is treat patients. I second opinions, consults, helping people try to avoid joint and spine surgeries and finding new and more natural ways, holistic ways to address problems that they just couldn't get success with in the traditional sick care system.
How do you choose what types of products you're going to make and you're going to put your weight behind and your name behind?
Well, we've developed this nutraceutical, for example, because I'm in this stem cell derived exosome space. I'm one of the few people who's sort of in that space. During my research, I figured out that plants make exosomes too, and those exosomes from plants are the way those plants naturally deliver their nutrients. They're what we call phytonutrients. So things like resveratrol, quercetin, things you might buy a supplement for off the shelf. But instead of getting it processed and broken out of the delivery vehicle nature made, we are now able, through a special lab, to extract those exosomes from the plants so we can get a much better delivery of those nutrients.
What are you following right now? Like in terms of trends or otherwise, like with your background, your knowledge, obviously you're creating products, you're obviously helping your patients, but like what excites you right now?
So the cutting edge things in the regenerative medicine and, alternative health and wellness space are peptides, peptides, and peptides.
Okay, yeah. I've done at least one interview today on peptides. Yep, here we go.
Hear a lot more of it. They're incredible augmentative natural ways of doing things. We have now subsets of exosomes from natural killer cells. We have subsets of exosomes from other types of stem cells like neural, brain, and nervous system stem cells. And we have Muse cells, MUSC, that is a subset of stem cells that seem to have even additional potency.
Man, I'm excited.
Good.
I love it. Well, I'm just saying it's a good time for us to be alive, in my opinion, like with what's happening, how fast it's happening. I mean, any good time is a good time to be alive, but just the experimentation side of or I should even just say the breakthroughs that have happened. Yeah, like peptides, all these other things that are happening, they're happening fast.
There's a lot happening, and if you have an appetite for it, it's available to you. It's available to you. You're probably not going to hear about this in your regular health insurance doctor's office. You're just not.
Yeah, you have to come out to a conference like this.
Or call us up at ReCELLebrate or one of our colleagues around the nation. We are doing this. You don't see much advertisement because we're not allowed to advertise. You may know that Google and Facebook will not allow stem cells, exosomes, peptides, anything.
Very interesting how that works, right? I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that one. We love you, Facebook, and everybody else that's going to push this out for us. But very interesting how that works, and people don't understand what that even means.
Right. So, most people see the advertisements from the international clinics, but you can get the treatments here in the U.S.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, last thing I'll ask you to do, look into the camera. If people want to follow up, they want to learn more, how can they connect?
Check us out at ReCELLebrate. That's ReCELLebrate. I think we've cornered the internet on that word since we made it up. So ReCELLebrate.com, Instagram at ReCELLebrate, Facebook, LinkedIn, you'll find us.
Fantastic. For everybody at home watching, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Jeff, man, appreciate you.
So good to meet you. Thank you.